Hi and welcome to ZapQuote. Today's video we're going to be doing a project with a blank page as opposed to a PDF markup project. We're going to do a blank markup project. So we're on this projects tab. Let us click new project. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give it a name. We'll just call this blank. We'll select a customer. Let's select Dave Smith. That's a customer that was previously in our database. Now, project type, we're going to go now blank markup. Now, the reason why we'd use a blank markup is if there weren't any PDF plans supplied to us or plans supplied to us, then we're going to go down the blank markup route. There are free to use software on the internet where you can make up all the rooms and make your own plan. To be honest, these take quite a long time, but if you've got time for that, great. Otherwise, we're going to use this blank markup option here. So now let's choose one of our toolbox. I've made a toolbox template in one of our previous videos. If you'd like to watch that, it will show you how we did that. Project reference, we can pop that in if we wanted to later on. Now let's create this project. Right, there we go. This then brings us to review the toolbox. So in case we might want to make any small changes for this specific project, we can kind of have a quick look into here, and we can specifically say, oh goodness me, the price now to supply these light switches are now £15, and just tweak this particular toolbox specifically for this project. So what happens when we edit this toolbox? It doesn't edit the toolbox template. This toolbox then is a specific toolbox only for this project. So don't feel that when you edit this price, it's going to edit the price of the template and any other projects that you may have done it on. It doesn't work like this. This would only edit the price for this particular project. So let's open up the editor. So here we go. There it is. That is our blank project. So all we get is literally a blank sheet, which might seem a little bit odd to you, but let's do a few things on here now. So let's take our room markout tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in some basic squares. So what I'm not trying to do here is I'm not trying to make a plan view, because that's not the point of this. The point of this is just so that we can make a quote. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a few boxes. I'm going to call this box the kitchen. I'm going to make another box. And I'm going to call this box the lounge. I'm going to make another box. We can call this one bedroom 1. Let's make another box. Let's call this one bathroom. There we go. So now we've made these boxes, which is great. There we go. We can shift them about a bit. There we are. We can tweak them into squares, but it doesn't really matter exactly how these whether these are square or not, because the idea behind these is just to help us produce this quote. So we know that in our kitchen here, that is our kitchen. In our kitchen, I would like to put in. Let me just adjust this icon size here. There we go. That'll be a good size for this. In the kitchen now, I know I would like to have. Let's have a look. Let's type A. Let's drop that in there. For this project, we want to have want to have 4 sockets, and of the type A downlight, the client wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 downlights. They also wanted a switch, and there we go. Let's leave that at that. In our lounge over there, I know that they wanted 4. They wanted 4 double sockets, and in there they wanted. Let's have a look. We were going to have type Bs in there. Type Bs, and they wanted, of the type Bs, we're going to have 4. In the bedroom, in the type Bs, we're also going to have 4 lights, and in the bathroom, we were going to have a type C in the bathroom. Let's pop a type C in there. There we go. By the way, I'm using Fast Drop. To know how to use Fast Drop, just have a look at one of our previous videos named Shortcuts. Right, what else are we going to put in there? Let's have a look. Each one of these rooms is going to require a switch. There we go. And the fuse board is going to be in the lounge, for example. And we may want to, let's pop a smoke detector in there. This is just shown. So what we are showing here is we're not indicating where these items are sat in the room. We're just indicating that these are the number of type Bs that we're going to have in this room. So we can be speaking to the client. The client says, look, I'd like 4 downlights, 1 socket, 3 sockets in the bedroom. I'd like X, Y, Z all the way throughout the project. So what we can do is use our blank markup to mark this up. We can use our tool over here. This can be kitchen, so that we can show them what all of these things are. This one can be, what did we say this was? Lounge. There we go. This one was bedroom. There we go. And this one was bathroom, wasn't it? There we go. So we can indicate what's happening on these plans. So now the reason for this is so that we can now finalize this quote. There we go. So this in our quote will give us all of our icons, or all of our accessories that we've popped into there. That gives us all the quantities of the individual ones. So we've got a total of 8 type A sockets, 6 type A downlights, 4 switches, recessed downlight type B, type C. On here, now we can go fittings by room. This then breaks down our quote so that we can show the client, this is what you've got in the kitchen. There's our total price for the kitchen. Admittedly, that looks a little low because we've missed out some prices in our toolbox over here, but we'll ignore that for the moment. We can see that in the lounge, this is what they wanted, and there's our price there, and so on. And then obviously down the bottom here, we can add in other charges, things like project management, parking, waste away, things like that. And at the bottom here, we can exclude the tax, include the tax. It just literally tells the client that their price is including whatever tax is in your country or excluding whatever tax is in your country. And additional notes here can be various things. You know, this is only valid for 30 days, for example. Whatever notes you want to add into the bottom there, and we can save and continue. So there we go. So in this project, let us save the quote by room. There we go. Here's our message that can go out to our client. We can change that at this point as well. And let's click create quote. There we go. So there we go. So at this point here, our markup is not going to be a whole heap to look at because we didn't have a page. So those are our that's our legend showing the different icons we've used on the page. And there we go. It just simply shows them in the kitchen. That's what we've got in the lounge, bathroom, bedroom. Very simple. Let's go over to here and let's have a look at our quote by room. There we go. This gives us a nice little breakdown. You'll notice over here where we haven't put prices into our toolbox. If we haven't put a price in for a supply of something, the software automatically names it as client supply, and the install price is not priced. This just basically covers you so that it's very, very clear that if you are not supplying the double switch sockets, you just put in a zero price and it tells the client they are supplying that particular item. If you've put a zero amount in there, it will say not priced. So it's very clear that you've either made a mistake and not put in the price, or this is something that you're not doing but is still on the plan. And so your part of the price will be zero because it's not priced. And you've only priced to come in and put in a light switch, for instance. So that is that. And lastly, that's your link. So if you copy that link, you can pop that link into an email, send it off to your client, and they can have a look at it. And they will see exactly what you've seen in this point here, and they can reply and obviously accept or decline your quote. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any more questions, please contact us at hello@zapquote.net and we will answer any questions you can send to us. Thank you very much.